Okay, I wish I could work somewhere that would appreciate my problem solver mindset. I think there's a test for this of a problem. If you could solve it, you could get hired. Just saying. But no, in reality, I'm just joking because it sucks these days applying for jobs and looking for work, and I don't know how you do it. Because it's a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck. It was luck for us, right? Me and Eric did a lot of stuff that made us stand out, and people knew who we were, and that got our foot in the door. But it's still luck. It's still luck that Gabe just one day decided to kind of go against even people at Val's own opinion and hire us. And now I have a reputation for that, and so now people will ask me to go help them for things and stuff, and like I don't need that. But like in 1991, I said, hey, I'm not gonna have a resume because I don't think resumes capture what I do. And then every so often I would find a boss. Like I painted houses and I became a supervisor of painting houses within the third day because that guy saw that, oh, you do this thing that I need to have happen. And we would just go off on weird painting jobs. I don't know how to paint, but I know how to be a decent human being to other people and to talk to customers and figure out the problem and solve it. And that's what I did. And he was just like, I remember when I became a bartender, I had to use him as a reference. And the woman was like, that was the best reference I've ever gotten in my life. That guy loves you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to paint houses, but I didn't know how to solve problems. And he saw that. I don't know how you get that across in the modern way that we do jobs, right? Because you're just going to throw your resume on top of a pile and it's going to be lost. And it's just, I don't know how you get hired that way, right? Like now, if I wanted to leave Stray Bombay and say, hey, I'm going to close this down and this isn't working out, there's a bunch of people who reached out to me and they're like, hey, yeah, they know me, so I can go get a job that way because they know the skill set that I bring. Or they imagine. No one ever really brings a skill set they have. It's murkier. But how do you get your foot in the door as that person? I don't know. Because it's like you have to do something outside of the resume. You have to do something outside of the job hiring process. And, like in the creative field, there's ways you can do that. But in other jobs, I don't know how you do that, right? And the trend now is you'll see people like Jason Calacanis and what's his face, the really gross Elon Musk buddies, and they'll be like, "Hey, don't go get the liberal arts degree because that's just wasting your money. What you want to do is get a job." And it sounds reasonable, like, "Oh yeah, you want to go to college to get a job," but really what they're saying is, "We don't think you're intelligent enough." David Sachs. We don't think you're intelligent enough to do our deep thinking work. Oh no, that's deep thinking. We need to do that. We just need tools. We just need tools to go in and solve and do this work. We don't need you to solve problems. We just need you to do work. And that's why they tell you not to get liberal arts degree because they don't think this is important. But this is super important. And we're going to lose out a lot in society by not having people who are just like, crap, I got to do this. I don't know how to do this. I got to figure out some way to do this because I got to make sure that I never have to do this again because I don't know how to do this and I never want to have to do this again. And how we hire people today, we don't capture that. And that's why, like, for the game industry in particular, like if you make mods and stuff like that, that is a great in because people understand a lot about you through that. And then they're willing to take a risk on you and they'll try something and that will work out. And so if you're not in the creative side, I don't know how you do it. But yeah, it is a hard thing when you just don't have the, hey, I can do math really well or whatever it is. Sorry, man. Oh, just a little side note. I'm trying not to be negative this year, but gotta call out David Sachs's thing that I couldn't remember was called so remember Clubhouse? So that took off and then died, right? And so David Sachs said that, and he got a one called Call In, which was just Clubhouse with less features. And if you went to a liberal arts college, you couldn't have figured out how to rip off Clubhouse so poorly as he did, and that crashed and burned. He's now crypto czar, whatever that means. But he's also the guy who doesn't think women should vote and that date rape's just belated regret. So he's a really good human being. This is going to suck.